7. And you know what? It's time to say good morning to Carl Williams. How are you doing, Carl?
Good morning, Tom. Yeah, very good, mate. Yourself? How are you on this beautiful morning?
It is. It's stunning, isn't it? All these sunrises with this hazy, warm weather has been beautiful. It's quite nice doing the early breakfast show because you get to see the best of it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you get the start of the day.
Yeah. Now we've talked previously when I've covered Toby's show before, and one thing which you were keen to talk about is during your transformation was to be grateful of things. What are you grateful for this morning, Carl?
We've just spoke about it already. The weather. I've just walked over from the house to the gym, and I was just looking over at the water. I can hear the birds chirping in the background. I'm really lucky. We've got loads of greenery around where I live, and
Nice.
I'm kind of part of the reason why we're doing what we're doing, where we're doing in this conversation today. But I walk out my front door, and all you can hear is the birds every morning, and it just gets me. It gets me going every morning. I'm like, yes, I'm living type thing, you know.
Oh, that is wonderful. And you're joining me this morning on the Early Breakfast Show because you're asking the question whether anyone fancies a game of rounders. Where's this idea come from, and how can people get involved? So, yeah, but where did the idea come from? Just let's
Well,
start small.
the idea has been floating around in the brain for a long, long time, and not just rounders. Whether it's the sports days, whether it's kind of any type of activity over in the childhood field that we grew up in at Charlton Place playing fields. Um, many years ago, when we were younger, we used to have inter-house or inter-street competitions. Whether it would be rounders, whether it would be football, whether it would be run out and tag. We'd have the boys coming down from Penna Park and Buffalo and Bush Estate, and we'd have Park Street, and we'd have King Street and Queen Street and Front Street, and we'd spend our summers playing in this magnificent playing field, which I didn't really realize, or I didn't have the gratitude for, of how magnificent it was until I was about 20, and realized, oh my God, we are so privileged to have this on our doorstep. Um, and as of recent, I've not seen, and to be great, it's been the last 12 months have been a lot better than previously, but it was just being not used, left overgrown ever so slightly, and just kind of going into a bit of disrepair. And I was like, we need to make this field usable again. And we've got to get the young guys coming in and enjoying their summers like we did. And I saw a local family who lived next to the gym actually playing rounders about 3 months ago. And I walked over and I didn't know it was my neighbors. I just saw some people over there and I thought, I've got to go and speak to these people and just tell them good on them for getting in the field and using it. It's nice to see somebody using the field for what it was intended for originally and was useful for so many years previous.
Yeah.
And then it happened to be my next door neighbor from the gym. And that was it. It was like, right, I'm going to set a tournament and we're going to get back using this field again.
Yeah, and you just like proved your own point because we had a little chat yesterday about it. And it's about you've just reeled off like 10 street names around Pembroke Dock and the Penna region and things like that from when you were younger. I
Yeah.
wonder how many people now could name the street that runs behind their houses at the moment. And you going over to the fields and not knowing that it was your next door neighbour, you've got quite a big reason for this rounders game taking place as well, haven't you? It's not just about a game of rounders; it's a bit more community focused.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, I've got a young son now coming up. He's going to be 2 soon, and it's really been playing on my heart that like people don't get out enough, and all I see in today's society is computer games, and people are locked in, and people kind of um, really introverted as opposed to extroverted children, and because I work with children as well in different age groups and whatnot, you can see the communication skills and everything are suffering, and people kind of they just don't engage like they used to. So it was really, really important coming out of lockdown that we can kind of get a good community spirit back together. And when we had the official street party for lockdown, our street, fortunately, traditionally, was always very, very good at communicating and integrating with everybody back in the day. Back when we used to do all these events and things. And we said, right, okay, as soon as lockdown is finished or as close to finish, we're going to have a street fight. Or we're going to do something that we can actually get back in and enjoy ourselves, get back out and get used to speaking to people, start integrating and mingling with people, and kind of easing our way back into society. So as soon as that came up, I saw the guys playing next door. I thought the stars have aligned. This is the time that we're actually going to do something. And
Yeah.
let's start the new era of non-lockdown, the way that we should possibly potentially keep going and doing things for each other, building a community spirit, and giving you a chance to get out and know who your next door neighbors are, get out and kind of build more relationships and more friendship groups, like, because people kind of, because of the internet now, they stick to themselves. You might have 5,000 people you know on Facebook, but actually, when you walk down the road, would you say hello to them? Would you know what to say to them, or are you kind of back in your shell because you're comfortable and confident on the computer, but you're not in person?
Yeah, no, you make a very, very good point there. And the good thing, like you, rounders is such a perfect way to get people involved because it's for all abilities and for all ages, essentially, isn't it? There's no pressure. There is no, there's no, you don't have to be excellent at it, do you? It's something just fun to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there is a, can you be a professional rounders player? I don't know. It's just that kind of, you pick up your bat, somebody throws a ball, you hit it, and you run. And if you run anyway, and it's just one of those things. It's something that, yeah, everybody can do. I suppose I could relate it to I know there is skill in all sports, but I'd like to relate rounders to rugby, because with rounders and with rugby, you can actually be any shape, size, fitness, ability, and there is a job specifically for you that you can get in and you can do. It kind of caters for all people, and that's why rugby is such a well received game by people, because everybody can join in. Well, rounders is exactly the same. You can have fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's just a good laugh and good spirit.
And talking of good laugh and good spirit, rounders was always when we were in school. If the day was nice and you had your PE, usually you had your rugby for the boys and you had your hockey for the girls. When the weather was nice, it was we're all gonna come together and we're gonna play rounders. And it was the only time that PE really came together with the boys and girls. But some of those memories of playing rounders in school with the boys and the girls are some of my favourite memories from school. And just being able to actually front up and have people bowl you out and to hit one way past the field and just cheer on your friends. It's such a fantastic feeling. Although Helen's been in touch, she's like, I get very competitive with rounders. There's nothing wrong with a bit of competition, though, is there, Carl?
Competition's healthy. If it's something that's stimulating you and you're pushing you outside your boundaries ever so slightly, that's great. But ultimately, I think it's so competitive because people feel so easy getting involved. There is no barrier to participation, and that's what it is. Everybody can get in. Everybody can make a name for themselves. Everybody can be the batter of the day, or the bowler of the day, or the thrower of the day, whatever it is. And I think that's why people get competitive, because you haven't got to have a prerequisite to get in. Nobody's got the reputation of, oh my god, they're a good sportsman. Because this game, it's a matter of millimeters, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You're missing, and you swing right and you get in a home run. We can all hit. We can all hit on this, can't we?
Yeah. And so the key details then for people that are listening in, when is it, where is it, and how do people get involved?
No problem. So it's this Sunday coming, Sunday the 25th. We're going to start having people arrive at 12 o'clock. And we're going to start the games around 1 o'clock-ish, something like that. We're going to be nice and breezy with it. There's no fixed schedule. Be in at this time. If you're not in, you're out. And it's over at Charlton Place Field. So that's down where the old Albion Square School is, or the community centre down there at Albion Square. And we are the big field there. The gate is open. The field's been marked. I'm going to go over and do a little recce over it. Me and my uncle Paul, who was traditionally throughout school, he's been doing all the pitch markings growing up. He wanted to get involved. He's always wanted to put a sports track around there, because years ago, when there was a school at Albion Square, they used to use that field as a sports track too. So this field, I know, has so many memories for all the people of my parents' age, where they would spend their summers on that field, their sports days on that field, from when they were down in Albion Square School themselves. So in for about 1 o'clock, and we're going to just play through to the afternoon, evening. We've got yourself there coming down. We've got I think the mayor coming to open up the rounders and everything. So even the mayor can get a home run. He's going to have his chain on the bat, and he can still do it. So yeah, if you want to come along, then I think we've got a form online here, so you can add a team. You only need 6 people in the team. However, if you can't get 6 of you, don't worry. We are opening spaces for open teams as well, which is all part of this integration, all part of meet your people in the community, get out and say hello to somebody after lockdown, and you can come in and you're very welcome to join in, or just come and watch and have a laugh.
That's the main thing. And of course, there is a bit of a weather warning for the weekend. However, you're on the Sunday, so hopefully the worst has passed, and basically just wear a coat.
Bring a jacket with you. I mean, a nice little bit of rain will probably be well received after the heat we've had. But Pembrokeshire, I think it's going to be a shower if we have one at all. The weather forecast changes very quickly around here. We know that. And we get a good rain tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to have a great day irrespective.
I completely agree with you. Unfortunately, I can't make it. I'm rehearsing for a play that's coming to Carew Castle, but I do know that Pure West Radio are going to be there on Sunday, and I'm jealous, is what I am, and I'm looking forward to the next one because I will be there in a flash to either strike out and miss, but I'll give it my best because that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Carl, thank you so much for your time this morning. I've put the registration form in the comments so people can click and register now straight away. Teams of 6. Doesn't matter if you can't get 6, sign up anyway because people can always sign up pretty much on the day as well. Okay. The COVID restrictions allow for people to be outdoors at the moment as well in Wales, so it's all good.
All good. Ready to go. Excited about it.
Carl, thank you so much. And we've got a bit of Calvin Harris and Tom Grennan for you now. Have a great one, Carl.
Take care. Have a good day.
When you wake up in